This video is a parody created solely for comedy purposes. I do not own Beyblade Metal Fusion or any YouTube channels similar to my own. Welcome to Beyblade Sins, the channel where I poke fun at a show meant for children. Now imagine the most horrible, terrifying, cringy thing you can possibly think of, and multiply it by 6!
Beyblade, Beyblade, let it rip!
Oh man, I'm so hungry!
The onion on this kushiyaki transforms into what looks to be a green pepper or an asparagus instead.
Time to chow down, okay everybody?
6 skewers on the grill, 5 skewers on the plate. Either Hiyoma secretly snagged one for himself, or the animators can't count.
Wow, thank you, Hiyoma! Delicious!
Starting in the middle!
Yum, yum!
Thanks.
Kyoya can be heard saying thanks, but is ultimately too tsundere to take a bite.
Winning and losing go hand in hand. If there are winners, then there have to be losers.
That's not necessarily true. If you beat a co-op game like Overcooked or Fireboy and Water Girl on your first try, there are no losers. Sit on Hoikuto for being a defeatist.
But if you don't want to, I can take care of it!
Benkei's tray nearly touches the fountain here, but later the structure disappears entirely.
You too, Hoikuto! Here, boy, come here!
Attempted murder. Onions are highly toxic to dogs.
Don't treat me like a dog!
But you are a dog.
Kyoya would be fantastic at Beyblade Sins.
There it is! Sagittarius!
So that's Draco.
They could have illustrated these constellations however they wanted, but for some reason went with a dinky-ass snake for our Dragon Emperor. What the heck, man? Kenta got a cool one!
I'll never quit, no matter what. And one day...
Jenga.
Hiyoma!
Jinga has an ample amount of time to finish this thought before Hiyoma walks over and addresses him, but for some reason chooses not to.
You never change, do you, my good buddy?
The village has changed completely, though.
I'm actually really glad they threw in a line like this, because the village from last episode looked nothing like the village from Jinga's flashbacks. Once and off for attention to detail.
I'm sure everyone would like to see it!
Everyone?
Hiyoma forgets that he has multiple other guests.
Wow, it's a Bay Stadium!
I had to do some research, but apparently it is possible for bowl-shaped hollows like this one to occur naturally. However, that doesn't explain why the stump has a substantially larger diameter than the base of the fallen trunk.
Wow, it's spinning so smoothly!
This freakishly small hand. You cannot tell me that it's just the perspective.
Ah, hit a bump! Me too, Jinky, tough break!
Even though the dialogue implies Pegasus catches a bump first, Hiyoma's defense-type Bay is the first one to be sent flying.
Watch and learn.
Move your left foot a bit to the right.
Okay, like this?
You got it.
Jinga says, "Watch and learn," then immediately has his stance corrected by Hiyoma. What are we meant to watch and learn? How much you need Hiyoma's aim assist?
You're accurately calculating the exact angles of reflection.
Arguably the pickiest sin yet, but I've got to put my degree to use somehow. Madoka uses the wrong word here. Reflect is a word specifically used to describe the redirection of energies, such as heat, light, or sound, without any part of that energy being absorbed. Deflect, or even ricochet, would have worked much better here, as those words are both used to describe changes of direction after a physical collision, where each individual impact lessens the continued force going forward. This has been Vocab with Beyblade Sins. May you leave this YouTube video more enriched.
It's not an easy feat to pull off.
Really? 'Cause Rio did it with 1. Flat unangled platforms, 2. Significantly more targets, and 3. The added responsibility of lighting them on fire as he went, and he pulled it off without breaking a sweat.
Well, I won't be going in any river!
Spoiler alert. Yes, you will.
Anyone can do it.
If they've seen it once before.
Well, clearly not, since Benkei had a chance to see it and then still failed spectacularly.
I miss again!
Let me at it! I won't miss it!
Spoiler alert! Yes, you will.
Let me at it! I won't miss it! Ah! Okay, that's enough!
Giving up after only one attempt.
I'll fix this! I'm just gonna have to make the hole bigger!
No way, Benkei! You can't do that! It's my turn!
Kenta yells at Benkei not because he believes it's ethically wrong to break the public property of Koma Village, but because it's his turn.
This deep in the mountains, there isn't much else to play with.
Okay, buddy, that's just not true. You could have gone fishing, you could have gone hiking, you could have gone sledding or skiing or snowboarding, all year round, by the way, because you live next to a snowy mountain. And don't even get me started on the fact that we've already seen evidence of you playing other games like tag! Oh, and if you listen really closely, you can hear Kenta and Benkei giving excuses as to why they missed.
This deep in the mountains, there isn't much else to play with.
Kenta claims that the wind took it, and Benkei says that the sun was in his eyes. A sin each for being liars.
Out of the way!
Kyoya walks directly into the line of fire.
If Jinga can do it, then I can do it too. But no matter how hard he tries, there are some things he will never do.
This is unbelievably cruel foreshadowing.
Let's get going to our next stop.
Next stop? Where else are we going today?
The Green Hades.
Jinga somehow managed to forget about a place that he not only used to visit on the daily, but that he also never won at. How does something that formative slip your mind?
What is this thing?
Jinga! What is this place?
Neither Kenta nor Benkei know how to listen.
The Green Hades.
This is where a star fell to Earth.
No, it's not, because a star is not a meteorite. Stars are gaseous, celestial bodies, and therefore incapable of falling to Earth.
So you see, I know him better than anyone else. Jinga, as your true rival, I will test you right now. What? What do you mean, true rival?
This absurd claim. Jinga literally acknowledged that he sees Kyoya as a really powerful rival earlier.
His rival?
Yeah, Kyoya is seriously skilled.
So you're not only shading Kyoya, you're discrediting and dismissing the one person you claim to know best.
Each one of us has battled Jinga too, you know!
Yeah, that's right!
But guys,
All the American version did was add the word but and tweak the intonation, but that literally changes Jinga's entire sentiment. In the original Japanese, he clearly sounds proud to have all these bladers identify themselves as his rivals. But in the American version, that whiny, but guys, makes it sound like he wants them to ease up, which implies that he actually agrees with Hyoma and doesn't see them as true rivals. Sin for the absolute L of a dubbed moment.
This is the Green Hades. At least, for Jinga it is.
I get what Hyoma was going for, but it's the Green Hades for everyone. That's just the name of the stadium.
Hey, that's not fair!
You know what? I probably should have done this from the start, but Kenta says that's not fair cliché.
But it really bugs me that Jinga beat me, but has never defeated this guy.
Kyoya assumes that Jinga's never beaten Hyoma, period, even though all Hyoma said was,
I am undefeated in this stadium. In all the times we've battled here, Jinga has never won.
It's entirely possible that Jinga kicked his ass in the Monster Stunt Stadium.
Brilliant! He's using the extra speed from the mole device!
Benkei has already been corrected once,
A mole device?
No, silly! It's Moldavite!
yet he continues to make a fool out of himself by calling the Moldavite a mole device.
It changed direction using its spin track!
What? Can it do that, Madoka?
I mean, yes? You just watched it happen?
If your special move doesn't make contact, it's totally useless. You'll just crash into the crater floor and be defeated by your own move.
On one hand, I'm going to remove a sin for Hyoma's ingenuity. On the other hand, I'm going to give the series as a whole 56 sins because nobody else ever thinks to do this, not even the bladers who have ample enough time to do so!
Aw, it's too bad. So you couldn't win against me once again, Jinga.
Premature celebration. Jinga willfully destroys an important historical landmark for the sake of one win! What if Kenta, Kyoya, or Benkei wanted a chance to experience the Green Hades?
Pegasus! Go!
Guys, if it can travel on the cracks, then it won't slip.
Pegasus's power is back, you guys!
As somebody who once built a Beyblade stadium out of Legos, let me be the first to tell you that is not how moving along the cracks works. If you ever got caught in the cracks between bricks, your stamina would drain like crazy. TLDR, Pegasus would be cooked, especially after a headfirst crash into the stadium floor.
You've gotten stronger, Jinga. I guess I'm of no further use to you anymore.
Bruh. Just say congrats and move on like a normal person. I guess I'm of no further use to you anymore. If Jenga picked his friends based on usefulness, do you really think we'd be toting Kenta around?
What are you talking about? You're still my #1 rival, Hyoma.
Okay, that's just straight up cap. Enough said.
He can't have more than one rival, you know, Hyoma.
Kyoya would once again be phenomenal at Beyblade sins.
Next time you can battle me!
Hey, no fair! I'm next!
Kenta says that's not fair cliche. Again!
What? But that's not fair!
Okay, so I was always way more into Beyblade than my brother was, but he at least liked Legos, so one day we decided to combine our interests and build our own Beyblade stadium together. Peak sibling bonding moment. We started off with one of those flat 32x32 base plates, and coincidentally enough, I actually think ours was green as well. Unfortunately, I did not have the foresight to preserve the memory by taking a picture of our glorious creation way back in the 2010s, so, like an idiot, I had to Google Beyblade Stadium made out of Legos and find the closest thing to what we produced. Thankfully, somebody else actually had a very similar blueprint, at least to start, so I was able to yoink a photo of one of the earlier steps before they deviated. The link to their website is in the description. Anyway, we started very similarly to what you see here, placing longer solid blocks around the edges to create the walls of the stadium. The only differences were 1, that we didn't include these ramp-like blocks along the interior to create a slope, and 2, that we built our walls up way higher, like 8 blocks tall minimum. From there, the only thing we had left to do was cover the bumpy surface with flat pieces. Ours were not nearly as uniform as the picture, because we were kinda just desperately digging through our eBaying dad's tub of Legos for any miscellaneous flat pieces we could find, but at the end of the day, we did get the entire base plate covered. It worked surprisingly well for some bays, such as those with wide ball performance tips, but a lot of other bays, Storm Pegasus included, would consistently get stuck on the corner gaps where 4 tiles met and would end up exhausting themselves trying to break free. So, you know, we basically created an environmental advantage in real life. Learned from the best. But anyway, I think that probably about wraps up story time. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you later, Bladers!